Welcome to the Smart Adria Blue Growth Cross-Border Conference. Let me introduce today's guest, Mrs. Florensa Haxhi, General Director for Development Programs of the Prime Minister's Office of Albania. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Mrs. Haxhi will provide us an overview on smart specialization process in Albania.
Okay. So the unit that I direct, the unit for development programs, is also the unit who is leading, along with the other ministries, of course, coordinating with them, the process of smart specialization. We are at the moment at the phase which is called the mapping phase, mapping of data, meaning the quantitative analysis. So all the data on the sectors of the economy. Mostly the source is our Instat office, which is the office, the official office for the statistical data. So now we are finalizing this phase. We got all the data. We analyzed the data, of course, with the help also of JRC, who is providing us with some technical assistance and experts. And now we have, let's say, the first findings on the sectors of the economy, which will be a priority for tomorrow, for Albania, for the future. It seems like the three main sectors that came out from the data as a result are the sector of ICT, services, mainly in ICT, it's tourism, including also agro-tourism, and here is also blue economy and blue growth inside, and also energy. But of course, there are also other sectors, but I'm mentioning only the three first ones. Now, regarding the blue tourism and blue growth, let's say that we as a country didn't have a lot of data, so we couldn't analyze a lot of the data from the statistical office. So the findings until now are not, let's say, they don't reflect the reality. We are going to move in the next phase, which is the qualitative phase, which means that all the data that we gathered now and we analyzed, we have to cross-check with what other strategic documents say. And also, we'll send questionnaires to the private sector in these sectors and see what they think. So, and do a cross-check with the data that we gather. So here, during this phase, I'm guessing that we'll have a lot of more information, especially regarding the blue economy and blue growth.
Okay. What are the Albanian plans for the blue economy?
We have a lot of plans actually for the blue economy. We started with the idea of having a national program on blue economy about 2 years ago. At that time, we had some problems with coordination with different ministries because blue economy is a very big area. So it's a cross-cutting area. We have, let's say, 4 ministries, which are the main ministries that deal with blue economy: Ministry of Infrastructure and Energy, Ministry of Tourism and Environment, Ministry of Finance, and Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. So all these ministries, they had parts of the blue economy, but they were doing things on their own. So doing projects on their own, but the impact of all these projects was not what we needed. So we needed to do a better coordination with them and have a vision for blue economy. And this is how it started. So in 2018, let's say, we said that we need to have a program, a national program, where we bring everybody together and we share the same vision. So everybody knows, for example, for fisheries, Ministry of Agriculture knows what is the vision and where we are going as a country. And the Ministry of Infrastructure for the ports and trade, they know what are our plans, let's say, for the next 10 years. So this is how it started. And we said it's better to do a program rather than a strategy, because strategies are mainly, let's say, remain in papers, are not very operational. But the added value of having an operational program is that you have also a roadmap with actual measures and actual projects that derive from the program that you can start immediately implementing. And we drafted the Prime Minister order, bringing everybody together. And let's say that the order has not been signed yet, but we have started, even though we have started the work ad hoc with the same group, it will be signed very soon. And the idea is that it will be steered from the development programs unit, which steers the development programs in our country. We don't do development programs in every area. we do development programs only in those areas that we believe will be a priority for the economic development of the country. This is, I mean, what we do in my unit. So we have the first draft, and it's a good draft, but it's a living document anyway. We are improving it as time goes on with all the actors. Now we have also on board development partners like UNDP, Norwegian government, World Bank. We had yesterday a meeting with them, and they want to step in also. So we have the Italian corporation. So we have a lot of partners also around the program, because they are doing on their own initiatives on blue economy, but we need to better coordinate also with them. So they are on board. We are working all together. And I can say a few words regarding the program and what are the goals, let's say, of the program. But let me just I'll mention just a few anyway, because as I said, it's a huge program, and of course it will be very cross-cutting, and there are a lot of goals. But just mentioning the few ones which are let's say connected with the main subsectors of the blue economy. The idea is that Albania, we have a very big coastline, a very long coastline. So it's a pity not to take advantage of that, but to take advantage, let's say, in a good way, in a sustainable way. So we don't mean to destroy the coastline. It's good that we are using for the moment about 23–25% of that coastline. So there is a huge potential, but we need to do it in a very sustainable way. We cannot destroy what we have. So it has not been fully developed, let's say, the coastline, but there is an opportunity to invest smartly. So rather than do business as usual, we can anticipate on the trends. This is what we want to do. So we need to learn of what others have done, best experiences, because being one of the last comers is not always a bad thing. What others have done and do it as them, do it in a good way. So we need to build a distinguishable approach that will bring benefits today and tomorrow in our country. The goals of the blue economy are when we talk about as in a big framework, we want to have this big vision that is missing. So we don't know until now where we want to go with the blue economy. So we need to develop a blue Albania, if we'll call it like this, like a brand, let's say, a blue Albania vision. And then do this cross-sectoral coordination protocol so that everyone knows where they stand and what is their job, let's say. This is from the management point of view. Then, when we talk about fisheries, aquaculture, and seafood, which is one of the big subsectors of blue economy, regarding that, we need to see all, for example, the legal framework that we need to approximate with the EU, and we have started, but we need to move further. And also regarding fisheries, we need to do this to improve the governance of the fisheries organizations, which is for the moment it's not at the right level. Then we need to build capacity for research, for management, for inspection when we are talking about fisheries. So all of this will be in the program. It's one of the goals. When we go to nautical tourism, which is also, let's say, my area, and I like it very much. The idea is that Albania is a very good spot, let's say, for the pleasure boats, as they call them, to stop. So when they come from, let's say, Croatia, and they go down. So this is a very good spot to do it in a way to develop the whole line. So boats also stop in Albania. Now, in order to do that, we need to invest in some infrastructure from our part as a government, because we know that these marinas, let's say touristic marinas, will be developed from private investment at some point. But in order to sell, let's say, in brackets, the idea to the private investment to come here, we need also to do something from our part. So let's say build all the infrastructure, bring the energy, do the roads that connect these areas with the main roads. So this is what we are trying to identify with the program. So where are these points that we want to build the marinas, because we cannot build marinas in every spot. So a study should be done in order to see which are the best spots that do not destroy the environment, that are the best spots for tourism, etc. So after we have these spots, then we can see what infrastructure is missing there, and then we can start, advertising them to the private investors. Because to tell you the truth, we have had a lot of private investors, and there is a lot of interest around building marinas. But they come, they bring their ideas, but when the time comes for them to materialize the investment, they don't. So something is wrong there. And what we are guessing is the missing of infrastructure, and the missing of this vision that the country has. So this is what we need to build. And then when it comes to marine pollution, it's another area and another goal of the program. We need to, and here we have had also a little bit of help from the World Bank. We need to deal with marine litter. So we need to have a strategy and an action plan of the marine litter. So we need to anticipate, if we want to do all this growth in blue economy, of course there will be marine litter, and we need to anticipate and have plans on what we'll do with this and how we'll manage the marine litter. So we need to have this regulations and strengthen institutional setup and effective local enforcement. So all this, and of course here we need to link it with the circular economy. This is also another point we are working on, also with the EU. We have also a program on the industrial development, which a big block there is circular economy. So we need to link also with that. So these are, let's say, the main pillars of the program.
A very interesting overview. Thank you. It's been a pleasure having you here today. Thank you for your time. Bye.
It's a pleasure.